First things first, we're doing 10-minute quarters today. I'll probably run the clock after the touchdowns for quarters 1 and 3. That way it keeps it moving. And then remember last year we came up with the rule, quarterbacks cannot rush the ball when you have the ball inside the opponent's 20-yard line. Unless you can hand it off and rush it. If they legally blitz you, you can rush. Or if it's 4th down, you can rush. But other than that, you can't rush unless they
illegally blitz you.
Then it's offsides on them.
Clarify what legal
Yeah.
is.
And then on 4th down, you have to declare either a regular formation. That means you have to run a play. You can't punt it. So it's to get rid of Mitchell's pooch punts. And then or you can declare a 4th down formation. You can punt it, but once you declare that, they can rush right away. You don't have to count to 4 Mississippi. Okay, makes sense?
Yep.
Good on the quarterback rushing thing?
On rushes, is it 3 Mississippi or 4?
4. Yeah.
Can you count that high?
What?
Can you count that?
Whoa.
All right, here we go. Patriots, you guys lost last year. You have the call. Heads or tails? Right now.
Call in the air?
No.
Okay, heads.
It's heads. Okay, what would you like to do?
We would like to kick off.
You'd like to kick off? Okay, what direction you guys want to go in the first half?
First half,
We're really gonna make
You're
it
going to go that way? Okay. So you guys are going to go down there, kick this way. Good luck, guys. Good luck. That's a
Just say it. Are we kicking this way?
good luck. You're kicking this way. They want to go that way.
So here we go. 10-year anniversary of Thanksgiving Day football. The Patriots will kick it away just like they did back in 2014. Luke Boyd's kickoff right over the pylon for a touchback, just barely. And we'll get a look at this Broncos starting lineup. Mitchell Havu, the quarterback since 2020 for the Broncos. Jake Boyd, Ben Havu, Chris Roberts, his weapons. Jake Boyd, the reigning MVP receiver here for the Broncos. Will snap it first as you get a look at our new graphics package. Mitch takes a snap, heaving it up deep, not what you'd expect from a rain game right away. And he had Chris Roberts' nice defensive play by Andrew Berlinger here. And we'll get another look just in a second. Andrew did a good job closing in, face guarding, but it was clean. So a good defensive play there. And it is 2nd and 30. Mitchell makes a living on little short passes, evading Zach here, who made a good rush right away. Luke closes out, leaves Jake wide open. Luke went for the deflection there. Mitchell got it off just in time to Jake for a gain of 22. So that makes it 3rd and 8. Our chain gang on the far side, Chloe Boyd and John Havu, along with Bryce Goupille, and our official staff on that far sideline this year. You'll see him. Mitchell takes a snap on 3rd and 8, going to try to rush right. And he does just enough for the first down, a gain of 10. So that'll move the sticks and the Broncos off to what has been successful for them in years past, in recent years. Short little gains, a balance of passing and running, and Mitchell does that well there after that first incompletion to Chris Roberts. So 1st and 30, fresh set of downs from the Patriot 48, and Luke nearly picks this off here from Jake. 2nd and 30. Sadie Boyd on camera today. A very rainy day, as you can tell. This is probably the worst conditions we have had since 2018 when it was 16 degrees and felt like 0 with wind chill. Probably the worst in 6 years since that year as far as conditions go, and it was just pouring down, never let up the whole game, and it was a huge factor. Mitchell in trouble here as Zach rushes, has to get rid of it, and Jake doesn't have a chance there with the wet conditions to haul that in one-handed. So that brings up 3rd and long, 3rd and 30 from midfield. So a big couple of downs coming up here in the early goings. Setting the tone is very important, as last year the Broncos had the first touchdown. Patriots drew first blood last year, made it 3-0, but Broncos made it 7-3. 2022, they had the first touchdown as well, as Mitch looking for Ben Havu here. Good play by John to close the gap. The Broncos have scored first the last 2 years. Patriots, we go back to 2021, the last time they scored first. So 4th and 30, decision time at midfield, really kind of close to punt. And Mitchell says, well, let's just take a shot. I mean, we'll give him a short field if this falls incomplete here. So 4th and 30. The Broncos did not face a single 4th down all of last year. So here they are on their first drive. Mitchell heaving it up deep to the right side. It's tipped in the air and hauled in by Chris Roberts. A tip drill touchdown to start things off for the Broncos, as Andrew got a piece of it. So 4th and 30, looking like all was lost there for the Broncos. Turns into 6 points here. Andrew got the hand on it. John was in there, but Chris Roberts right place at the right time. So Ben Havu, the kicker for the Broncos this season, splits the uprights. And pay attention to him on the day as far as how he kicked for these Broncos. Mitchell did most of the kickoff and extra point duties in years past. And Ben was a kicker on his freshman team this year. He was money on that first extra point. So the first kickoff, a touchback. Let's look at the Patriots lineup. Luke Boyd, the quarterback, all-time leader in a lot of different categories. Zach Boyd, Andrew Brillinger, John Havu, his 3 targets. John, keep in mind, wearing a cast, injured his wrist during high school football for Bonnie Eagle and played the rest of the season with a cast. I mean, for his position, it didn't really matter. This is definitely going to be a factor for him. Makes it harder to catch passes. But he's out there balling, grinding for these Patriots on this rainy Thanksgiving Day in 2024. Luke takes a snap, going to run right away for just a little gain there. Couldn't quite out-hedge Chris Roberts. 2nd and 25 after a gain of 5. Luke airing it out deep. A miscommunication there. Andrew stopped. Jake defending. We saw Luke try Andrew a lot of times deep last year, and none of them were able to pay off. 2022, it was a completely different story as Luke found Andrew 5 times for 5 touchdowns that year. Last year, not quite as much success, so that brings a 4th down already after a couple of incompletions. Luke going to punt it away here, kind of skies this straight up in the air. It bounces. Jake almost touches it, and Mitchell calls out not to touch it. So it'll be a short field for the Broncos, actually the furthest downfield they've been because their touchdown was scored at the Patriots 48, now at the Patriot 44. Mitchell airing it to Chris, who hauls it in, but he had a toe on the line here, just barely. And I had a great angle of this one, thankfully, since it was on my sideline. Tips it, and both feet just barely on that white line, and it's enough to be an incompletion. So 2nd and 30 from the 44. Mitchell 2 of 7 in the early goings, struggling. Mitch goes left side, outflanking Zach for a gain there of 14. Or a gain of 13, so 3rd and 17. Jake, the center here. Mitch, Chris to his left and Ben to his right. Mitch takes the snap. Zach, the blitzer for these Patriots, gets a quick short pass there to Chris for a gain of 4, bringing up 4th down. So, again, last year, no 4th downs. The Broncos didn't attempt any 4th downs last year, and this year, 2 drives, 2 4th downs already. See what they do with it. Mitchell has 13 yards to go here. Going to go left side. Zach slips and falls, and there is your muddy conditions as Mitchell just trots for an easy 1st down. Bringing up 1st and goal. Take a look again at Zach just losing his footing there. The first step, cleat didn't dig in. That spells trouble for the Patriots as Mitchell can just prance his way to a 1st and goal scenario from the Patriot 5-yard line now. Remember, you cannot rush as a quarterback here inside the opponent's 20. That last one was a gain of 22. So the Patriots decide to just play a man up, but Mitchell had Jake open. He tips it, and it's incomplete. But this is really tough as the Patriots. What do you do here? Do you just let Mitch stand there all day because there's no timeout sack rule? Or do you rush him, but then when you do rush him, then he can scramble and run forward? We'll see that a lot today. Mitchell lofting it to Chris Roberts for a touchdown. So Chris, 2 touchdown catches early for the Broncos receiver, one of the best receivers of all time in this game. And Chris padding his stats early on. The Broncos just like that up 14-0. And you have to go a long, long time ago. The last time the Broncos scored the first 2 touchdowns of the game. You got to go back to the first game, 2014, when the Broncos routed the Patriots 41-13 that year. And now here they are up 2 touchdowns. Kickoff to John Havu in the end zone. Will take it out. John, a good return man for these Patriots, trying to get through a world of defenders there, and eventually he's brought down. So the Patriots got to have some urgency now towards the end of this first quarter, trailing by 14. They haven't been able to get anything going in the early parts of this game. Luke looking for a deep ball here to Brillinger, and a collision as John Havu came in there for support. So did Mitchell and Jake running into each other. Take another look at this. Luke getting a lot of air under this. A good pass. Wasn't underthrown by any means. And Jake, good job getting a hand in. A little domino effect after that as all 4 guys go down. So that brings up 2nd and 30. Patriots haven't been able to get any positive yardage other than that Luke run for 5 yards on their first drive. Other than that, it was 3 incompletions. Luke, another deep one. This one a little bit underthrown. Jake gets a hand on it again, and Luke not at all trying to think check down here, just airing it out, trying to get a big play. So that brings up 3rd and 30. Now John Havu, we see the Patriots kind of use a revolving door sometimes with John Havu and Luke. John can't really throw this year with that cast on his hand. He'll take the snap and then pitch it to Luke. A little trick play here. John is open, tipped in the air, but incomplete. And that is what the Patriots do best. Out of some trick plays, throw the opponents off a little bit, and it created a window there. But Mitchell was there to close out. So that's going to do it for your first quarter of play. 14-0. Broncos in front. Back for quarter number 2. The Patriots unable to get a first down in that first 2 series for them. They'll punt it away. Luke Boyd, a good punt this time, down inside the 20. Broncos will take it there. Looks like the 18-yard line is the spot. And they're up by 2 touchdowns, so a dangerous position here for the Patriots. The Broncos threatening to go up by 3 scores early on. Here is the start of the second quarter. Mitchell will just get around Zach there for a gain of 14. So Mitchell already running all over these Patriots. We saw him do it last year as well. 59 rush yards for Mitchell, as opposed to the Patriots just 5 on that 1 carry from Luke. And that amounts to all of the Patriots' offense as well, just 5 yards in that first quarter. Of course, they only had 2 possessions. Broncos now driving as Mitch finds Jake Boyd, a slant over the middle. That's really been Jake's route for the last 4 or 5 games, back to 2020 when Jake was a full-time receiver for the first time. Those cuts over the middle. So Mitch finds him there for a good gain. 1st and 30. Mitch taking his time. What's he want to do with it? We'll lob it right here to Jake for back-to-back catches for his reigning MVP receiver. That one goes for a gain of 10. Make it 2nd and 20 at the Patriot 26 already after that gain of 32 preceding that last catch. So Jake getting some early stats in the scorebook here. 2nd and 20 it is for the Broncos from the New England 36. Mitchell, right side, gets a gain. The New England 26 correction. And this will go down as a run of 10 yards. Third and 4 it is. Mitchell takes a snap, going to Jake off the left, and a touchdown for the Broncos. You blink, and they're up by 20 points already. Mitchell Havu to Jake Boyd. It's hard to stop. You see a good view of the rain here. Take another look. Jake just one quick move. Zach can't recover in time. Neither can Andrew Brillinger, and Jake has the separation he needs. Ben Havu money again from the extra point. 21-0, the Broncos securely in front over the Patriots. And it could get late early for Luke Boyd's squad if they don't put together a drive here quick. John Havu takes it out of the end zone. A good return here. Slips through. Still no whistle yet. And John across midfield. A great return for him. Goes down as a 55-yard return. I believe that is tied for the longest return with his brother Ben from a couple years ago. Just getting through the traffic here. You can see nobody touched him. And Mitchell kind of stopped like the play was over. Jake was the last line of defense there for the Broncos, or else John would have taken that to the residence. So Patriots with good field position. Luke can't do anything with it. Just a gain of 2 there. He was tackled, or actually went out of bounds. I don't think Chris got the tackle on him. Make it 2nd and 28. Now at the Denver 45. Luke takes the snap. Gonna go to the right side. A little touch pass. Too much touch there. He's trying to find either John or Andrew deep to the right. That brings up 3rd and 28. Dangerous here for the Patriots. They've had to punt in their first 2 possessions. Luke taking the snap. Will now lob it to the right, and there is the first completion. Zach Boyd hauls it in, and then is finally tackled by Ben Havu, but a good gain there makes it 4th and 8. It's a gain of 20. Luke, that's the first completion, 1 of 7 so far here in this first half. Again, it's tough sledding out there in this rain. And here they go out of a different formation. The pitch to Luke. He goes to the right side, and now Luke will cut it back left. Getting around Chris. Luke has a seam all the way in for the score. Patriots do find themselves on the board here, and they do put it together a good drive off the pass to Zach, and then Luke on the unusual formation is able to scramble for the 25-yard touchdown. Get another look here. Kind of throws the defense off, and Luke lines that far in the backfield. Chris can't recover in time. Luke, a perfect timing on the move, then just takes it up the left sideline, breaks the plane, and that is a much-needed touchdown there for the Patriots. Luke on the extra point, can't elevate it enough, so it'll stay 21-6 off the Luke Boyd scramble. Now, Patriots will kick it away. Jake taking it out. He's had some good returns in his career. Takes it to almost midfield there at the 39-yard line. It's 1st and 30. Mitch takes the snap. An efficient Broncos offense early on here has taken his time. Patriots deciding not to rush because they don't want to give up the ground yards, but Mitchell will just do it anyway, going left side, up the sideline. He's free. Mitchell down inside the 10, and what a run there for Havu. And that is kind of, you're screwed either way there if you're Zach Boyd. So Mitch already at 131 rush yards, averaging 18.7 yards per carry, as a nice play by Andrew Brillinger preventing another Jake Boyd touchdown. But Mitchell, right now, a problem on the ground for these Patriots, because in these wet conditions, the offense always, the rusher always has the upper hand. So you can see Mitch's stat line, 7 of 14 for 131 yards, 3 touchdowns already for him. And now he can't run, so the Patriots will play kind of a zone here with a man up. But then Chris Roberts gets free, and another score for the Broncos. 28-6, pending the extra points. And the Broncos are just having putting on a clinic out there here in this first half. Mitchell still is a statue, not much urgency, and just flips it in there to Chris Roberts for the touchdown. Chris, 3 receptions already. And then Ben Havu, no surprise, money on the extra point, 28-6. 267 total yards of offense for the Broncos already in 4 possessions. They just cannot be stopped right now, as Ben will kick it away. Patriots going to need to answer here. John Havu picks up the kickoff, weave his way into a tackle there. So it looks like the Patriots will start their drive at the 24. John Havu, the center. Luke, just the 1 completion so far. I will lob it here for Andrew Brillinger. Can't call it. That was a good pass from Luke. Andrew frustrated with himself there. Couldn't haul that in, but that is these conditions. See the rain just steadily pouring down. Luke Boyd to the right. Now we'll throw it across his body here. Mitchell, a dangerous pass there from Luke. That could have been a pick 6 if Mitchell was able to pick it off there. Wouldn't have had anybody to catch him. So that brings up 3rd and 30. The Patriots just really tough sledding. I mean, it's tough out there. It's rough out there. Luke Boyd looking to air it out here for Andrew Brillinger. Some contact, and the ball is loose. Andrew can't haul it in. A good look there from Luke. A little underthrown, but that's kind of a ball where maybe try to get a pass interference call. Get another look here. Jake kind of stops on a dime. Wasn't intentional by any means, but did he hinder Andrew Brillinger there on that deep ball? Minimal contact, but might be some contact there. Could have a case. But nonetheless, it's 4th and 30. Patriots are forced to punt for a 3rd time. Luke Boyd gets it away, and a great punt as it bounces just outside the 10 there. That is going to be a lot of yardage on that punt. Luke, probably the best punter of all time in Thanksgiving Day football game history. That one is a 68-yard punt. It's inside the 10. They'll take over at the 8. Mitchell Havu, deep ball, looking right away. Ben is wide open, and he gets a huge gain as John Havu will tackle him, not before they could gain over 80 yards there, down inside the 5. You're not getting another look here. You can see Ben right away. He knew he was running the fly, hesitates a little, and then just steams by his brother John. And Ben Havu is a force to be reckoned with when he gets going. And that pass right there gives Mitchell over 3,000 career passing yards. He joins Luke Boyd as the only 2 guys to do it in history. Now, 1st and goal for the Broncos, a chance to go up by 4 touchdowns here, leading 28-6 from the 5-yard line. Mitchell to the right, Jake with another touchdown catch, and just like that, the Broncos are ahead by 4 scores. They did it a couple times late in the game last year, and that catch right there will give Jake an exclusive title, the first guy to get to 1,000 receiving yards and 1,000 passing yards. Remember, he was a quarterback for a couple of years there for the Broncos in the early Buxton days before converting to receiver. So he's the only guy in history to do that. 1,000 passing yards, 1,000 reception yards. And the Broncos setting milestones here on that last drive, 35-6. You can see the rain just pouring down. Luke Boyd's shirt is already soaked, drooping off his body. And now the Patriots, not much time left here in this first half. Quick pass to John Havu for a gain there, and John hauls it in, his first catch of the day. Last year just held to just 1 reception, as Mitchell drew the assignment on him. Has always done a good job with John in the last few years. 2nd and 13. John has been able to get incorporated in the offense as a quarterback sometimes. Luke, a touch pass over here to Zach Boyd, hauling it in for the catch. The clock will run. They'll take a timeout here. As that one, Luke, 2 completions in a row there. Gets him to 75 total yards on the day, 3 of 12. And a rushing touchdown, the only 6 points for the Patriots in this game. So they'll take a timeout here out at the Denver 25-yard line. A chance to score here before the end of the half, and they'll have it first, remember, out of the locker room. Luke Boyd goes to the right side, trying to find Andrew. He lays out. That was just out of reach, as Andrew slides on his knees across the wet surface. 2nd and goal now. Again from the 25. Luke fakes the handoff, goes right side. There's a good look to John Havu, but he drops it just before he might have had the end zone in mind there a little early. So that'll make it 3rd and goal. Luke says that's all right. But a chance there to haul that in. It would have been a touchdown. Luke takes a snap. Gravitating to his right again. Now we'll lob it here. Looking for Zach, going around everybody behind the defense there. Can't haul it in. Patriots will take another timeout here. The clock was stopped anyway, but chance to catch their breath here. Bringing up 4th down. Could kick it, but they decided to just go for it here, down by so much in this first half of play. So 4th and goal. This will be the last play of the half. Under 5 seconds. Luke taking the snap. Will stay in the pocket this time. Lobbing it for Zach, and Ben Havu comes in and swats it away. All Broncos in this first half. 35-6. The men in orange lead.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. And this house just ain't no home. Anytime she goes away,
We're back here for the second half of action in Buxton, Maine on this wet and wild Thanksgiving Thursday. You can see some of the snapshots from Emily Boyd in that first half. Really just battling the rain has become the story of this day. Mitchell running all over these Patriots in the first half. Our spectators trying to stay dry and warm, as we were just about said here for half number 2. The Broncos in front 35-6. 5 touchdown passes in that first half for Mitchell Havu, working his way up that list, trying to pass Luke and become the all-time leading passing touchdown holder. He is past him right now. Ben Havu kicks it away. John Havu will take it out from the goal line. We'll pitch it to Luke here on the kickoff, trying to do some trickery. and it does result in a couple extra yards on the return, so the Patriots will have decent field position here starting at their own 38-yard line. Luke Boyd will take the snap here. Again, 35-6 there in the hole. Luke, quick pass here to Zach in the middle of the field, and we'll get a quick ruling, and they're going to say it's a catch. So the ball fell, but then quickly I realized that he was touched down, and this is touch football right here. I'll get another look. Zach has it, has full possession. He's touched, and then the ball comes out. It's not like Ben forced it out before he had wrapped him up. And so that's the ruling that he was touched down with possession. So it'll go down as completion. Luke, his 4th completion on the day, and it's a gain of 12. Luke fakes the handoff. Now we'll go right side. Avoids the tackle, but tiptoes the sideline. Will go out of bounds. And that'll be a gain of 11. So the Patriots driving there with 2 quick positive yardage plays to start this half. Gain of 12 and a gain of 11. Here it's 3rd and 7. Luke going to run for it now. Left side for a first down. And Luke Boyd will move the sticks there. After a completion and a couple runs, Luke running to the left in his career has had more success than running to his right. 390 total yards, 17.7 on average per carry, and 4 touchdowns. Saw him have it in the first half, a 25-yard score off of it. Now Luke will pitch it to Zach, and Zach hesitates, goes right side, loses it, but it's out of bounds. So that'll bring up 2nd and goal from the Denver 18. Patriots having success on the ground there. That is 3 straight runs for them. Trying to keep things moving in these conditions. They take the snap. Luke is going to go left side again. A good gain. Down inside almost to the 10-yard line there. I think it'll come down right at the 10, out of the 11. So that gives the Patriots 71 rush yards, starting to try to close the gap here on these Broncos. Pitch it back to Luke. We'll go right side to Andrew Brillinger for the score. And the Patriots, a great possession to start this second half, and that is just what the doctor ordered for New England, as they do a good balance of running and passing, 2 completions, 4 rushing plays as well. And the Patriots, much better start to this half than the first half. Andrew Brillinger, his first touchdown reception since 2022. They'll go for 2 in this deep of a hole, try to come back within 21. Luke goes to his right, tries to find John, and we have some laundry. Our first flag, and the initial look here is that it will be against Denver.
Yep.
And that is what it is. Let's listen in.
Hang on, I got to report it. We got pass interference, defense number 1, has to redo the try.
So DPI on the 2-point try. It'll be a second chance here for the Patriots. See Mitchell getting to him just a little bit early. The contact comes in before the ball gets there. That is the ruling. So the Patriots will have a second crack at this 2-point try. Again, to try and pull within 21. Mitchell, the most penalized player of all time. A lot of pass interference calls on him throughout history. Luke takes the snap, a little shovel pass to Zach for 2, and the Patriots do get that 2-point try off the penalty. So they are back within 21, 35-14. We'll see if they kick it away deep or go on sides, and they decide to kick it away deep. Zach down to Ben Havu. Ben will just take it up the middle, but a quick tackle as he had a full head of steam there, trying to split the defenders, but he will be touched. And that'll set up Mitchell Havu for his first drive of this second half. Patriots have not been able to stop the Broncos yet. 5 for 5 as far as touchdowns go, as Mitch finds Jake. Another slant to the left. Jake this time in front of the near side. It'll be just short of the line to gain. But a good first pass of the second half for Mitch, finding Jake there. He's 11 for 18 on a hot streak, Mitch is. And now he will start to scramble, switching directions, going left side to pick up the first down. Zach can't catch him in time. And that'll move the sticks. First and goal for the Broncos, trying to keep this pattern up of scoring. Mitch takes the snap on first and goal. Plenty of time. Cannot rush it. Zach is deciding to just try and maybe contain him. stretch his arms out, try to hinder his view a little bit. Zach will back up. Mitch still all day here, deciding not to bring the rush. He's going to lob it up to Ben Havu for another touchdown. And not much you can do with the Patriots. Hard to keep guys covered for that long as they let Mitch just sit back. Can't really rush him because then he'll blow by you. And it's 41-14, 42-14 as Ben Havu doinks it in there off the right upright. But the Broncos out to, again, a 4-touchdown lead, 42-14. 6 touchdowns in their first 6 possessions of the game.
Nice, Ben.
Ben Havu kicks it out of the end zone for another touchback. Patriots can do nothing but try to answer here and maybe try to find something defensively. Luke lobbing it for Zach. A great play by Ben, using the inside arm to deflect the pass. So 2nd and 30. Luke going to run it left for a little chunk, and that'll bring up 3rd and long. 3rd and 21. That'll go down as a gain of 9 on the rush.
Woo, let's go.
Right now, Luke 5 of 18 on the day. Needs a completion here on 3rd and long. Luke throwing it up deep for Andrew Brillinger, and it is incomplete. Some Broncos closed out. It hits the knee of Brillinger, and it'll be an incomplete pass. Had to take a shot there on 3rd and 21. Not a bad ball. Luke trying to find either Andrew or John there. Andrew had it just go right through his hands. Got a piece of it, but couldn't come up with the catch. 4th and 21. The Patriots are forced to punt. It's on the ground. It's touched by Jake. Church's money is on the floor, but Mitchell Havu's there to dive on top of it for the Broncos as a precarious situation after the little pile up there. You can see Luke hits it. Jake in the wrong place at the wrong time, but Mitch is in the right place at the right time to cover it up. That could have been a fresh set of downs for the Patriots. 1st and 30 it is for the Broncos. A chance to go up even more. Luke incomplete there, looking for Jake. They've been up 4 touchdowns a couple of times today, and a chance to go up by 5 touchdowns for the first time. Mitch, quick pass to Ben, and a little gain across midfield. That'll make it 3rd and medium here. Third and 19. Chris lined up in the slot to the left. Ben out wide to the right. Mitch going to run it left side, and he'll be tackled short of the line to gain. So a gain there. We'll see what the spot is. It'll be 4th and 6, a gain of 13 on that run to the left for Mitch. So Broncos going to go for it here. Have it on the Patriots side of midfield now. From the 32, Mitch to his left. He's tackled, and we'll see what the ruling is. And they're going to say he's short. So Mitchell Havu cannot quite pick it up there going left side. He disagrees. Let's take a look at the spotting. John Havu calling for an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. See right here, the line to gain is right at that hash. It is the 28 of New England that they're trying to get to, or the 26 of New England, that is. And then he's touched right here, and that's where the line is. Does he break the plane with his right hand? You be the judge at home. I had the look right down the first down line, basically. Had him a little bit short. So the Patriots finally get a stop, their first stop of the day, and now Luke right away, a big ball to Andrew Brillinger, and he pulls it down. So the Patriots, big momentum shift after that stop, their first stop of the day, and then Luke, perfect pass here to Andrew Brillinger, dropping it in. That is vintage Luke Boyd on the deep ball. So a 1st and goal just like that, and now
Yeah,
we'll
now it's
have
got to be false
the
start
Patriots out on the same page.
because they went. You know,
Ben came right behind.
hang on. We got offsides on the offense, or sorry, no, false start on the offense. Everybody with the center. Repeat first down, 10-yard penalty.
So it'll be a false start on everybody but the center, and that'll back them up 10 yards. That is our rule. 10 yards instead of 5 on this smaller field. So a 1st and goal. Luke going deep here, and another flag down, and this one is going to be on the defense.
We got pass interference, defense number 1. Ball gets the spot of the foul, first down.
Pass interference.
So all sorts of laundry is flying here the last few plays, 2 in a row there. Don't get another look at that as it was out of frame, but John Havu went down. Mitchell, I saw his arm extended in real time, and that is where the call came from. So Luke flipping here for John, just out of reach, but the Patriots will take that break. They'll have first and goal yet again. That penalty took him down to the 5-yard line. Take a look at this last play. John running into Chris a little bit there as just out of his reach. Patriots trying to pull back within 3 again. Luke takes a snap, gravitating left this time, and now we'll go to the right side, pass over the middle, and complete. Make it 3rd and goal. Luke fakes the end around to John Havu, and now we'll flip to Andrew Brillinger, who lays out and makes the grab. So Andrew with his 2nd touchdown reception of the day, having had 0 last year. So he's had a bounce-back game, and the Patriots are back within 3 scores again. Take another look. Cutting back, Jake can't recover as he stumbles, and again, in these conditions, slippery conditions, the offense has the advantage over the defense because then the defense has to react, and that causes a lot of slippage. Luke to Zach here for the 2-point try. Ben, the second effort's able to break it up. It was 42-20. Broncos in front by 22. See if the Patriots, it's getting late. They have to maybe try to steal a possession here. They did get a stop last time, but need to cut back into this lead here. John is going to go on sides. Mitchell read it well, dives across the 50, and he'll recover for the Broncos. So the Patriots had to try it, and a good attempt. Onside kicks not very successful in all-time history. Get a look at that replay. Mitchell bobbled it for a second, might have had a chance. John would have, maybe, if he couldn't corral it. All-time, just 7%, 1 of 14 all-time. That's both teams put together on onside kicks. The Broncos with possession here. Zach now going to run, and Mitch, it's a quick move to get around him. Zach goes, he sells out. He doesn't try to creep forward. He sells out, and that causes Mitch to be one quick move and by him. The Broncos in front by 3 touchdowns, 42-20, entering the final quarter. Ten minutes to go here in Buxton, Maine at the Church Field. Mitch taking the snap here to start this 4th quarter. 2nd and 2 is your first play from scrimmage. Mitch lobbing it up for Jake on a deep ball here. He pulls it down, and they're going to say incomplete, but just barely. Let's take a look at this replay. Jake has made some outstanding catches in his career. He pulls that down. He needs the knee down for this to count. And we'll freeze it right here. You can see that left knee is out of bounds. So if it's out of bounds while the right knee is in, it goes down as out of bounds. So it's an incomplete pass. A great effort from Jake, but to no avail. So 3rd and 2. Mitchell 13 of 22 on the day for 278. 6 touchdowns already. Entering the 4th quarter. Thought about running it, zigging back and forth, trying to find Jake, and it's incomplete. So it'll bring a 4th down. So far on the day, Broncos 2 of 3 on 4th down. Converted their first 2 before coming up short last time out. And Mitch will go to left side again, and this time he will get it as he leaps for the first down marker, and he'll set up 1st and goal for the Broncos. Chance to go up by 4 scores again. Mitchell, see this theme time and time again today. Not bringing the rush, trying to match up everybody. And Mitchell scanning, still has time. They're going to play the advantage, and now he'll go to the left, and there's Ben again. Almost a carbon copy of the last touchdown. And this is a real football play as Ben Havu goes up and gets it, knowing he's got one of the best defenders in the game, John, on him. And Ben elevating into this reception. We'll see that again right here. Mitch puts some air under it. He goes up and gets it before John, that is, could get a hand in there, and just a good football play. As John brings him down, but Ben keeps possession for the score. And now he will kick it through to make it 49-20. And the Broncos, right now it becomes just a matter of time here as the Patriots, not much they can do to stop these Denver Broncos. Time running out. Again, shortened quarters this year because of the weather. Luke will field it on a hop and take it out. Left side, Luke. Now we'll try to cut it back right, and will be tackled by Ben Havu. They're past the 40. Past the 30, that is. That's their 33. Taking the snap, will air it out deep, but incomplete. Trying to find Andrew or John. Patriots trying to get those deep plays. At this point, you have to have that urgency. Running some fly routes. Again, they go deep, and John goes up for it, incomplete. Good effort. Nothing doing
Good run, John.
for the men wearing the blue jerseys. All momentum. Now the wind kind of out of their sails, and they have to try to keep getting these deep balls because they got to score quickly. They want to remain anywhere close here in this fourth quarter. Luke fakes the handoff. Now we'll lateral it back to John, and now he'll throw it forward to Luke. Here a chance, and a whistle comes in. I'm going to say he's touched down by Chris. Luke ran out of bounds a few yards upfield anyway, so it would have been fourth and long anyway. But John did find Luke there. They lateraled it, which allows him to throw it forward.
Good
Can only throw it forward once. 4th and 23, it'll be as gain of 7. Gonna have to go for it in 4-down territory. Luke lobbing it up way out of bounds. So didn't give themselves a chance there on 4th down. Turns it over to the Broncos. Now Mitchell with it. At this point, you're ahead by 29 points, 4 touchdowns with the ball. Mitch, good pass here to Chris, who goes down to the ground to make the play. It's all academic at this point. Chris, what a catch. 2nd and 9, that goes down as a gain of 21. Chris having himself a day. 3 touchdowns to this point. Here we go again. Mitchell can just take more time off the clock really right now. As he stands around, his receiver's standing around as well, waiting for an opening. Here on 2nd and 9, now Luke will try to force the issue. Can't quite tackle him, and Mitchell just prance forward for a few extra yards. And that'll lead into 1st and goal as he picks it up. Still can't rush. Gonna go right side to Jake. Doesn't quite lead him to the pylon. Jake makes the play. Goes down in a heap there. And Jake is slow to get up. I think he went down kind of on his neck awkwardly. Get a second look. Mitch didn't quite put the ball where it needed to be. Jake does make the catch, gets his feet in, and then just scorpions. He's in some pain, so we'll give Jake a moment here. We're back in Buxton. Jake's fiance, Lexi, and his quarterback, Mitch, will help him up, and Jake will walk off the field here. So the Broncos, by rule, can now play a man down. At this point, it doesn't matter too much. Ahead by 29 in the closing minutes. So they'll play. This is the first time we've seen 3-on-4, as Mitchell will go to Ben here, but there'll be a flag down. That'll be pushing off on Ben Havu. And that is about as obvious as they come. You can only make contact as the offense 1 yard downfield. The ball was at the 1 yard line, but he clears him out middle of the end zone there, fully extending the arms. So that'll back him up to the 11. 2nd and goal. Mitch right away here to Chris. Got the opening for the score. How about 4 touchdown receptions on the day for Chris Roberts? So it doesn't matter, despite the offensive pass interference on Ben Havu. Chris Roberts was wide open, and Ben knocks it through to make it 56-20, the biggest lead, I want to say, of all time. I believe it is, as the Broncos up by 5 touchdowns. I remember back in 2018, the Patriots led by a lot a couple of times. Have to check the stats on that. As they kick it deep, Luke nonchalantly will pick it up and take it out. He's tackled by Chris.
That means
So the lead is 36 for the Broncos, 5 touchdowns and then some. Luke will pitch it to Andrew. Andrew's going to try to run it here. I don't think we've ever seen Andrew run
Andrew.
the ball before. I think his only stats are receiving stats offensively, as he'll pick up a couple of yards there. The Patriots led back in 2018 by 32 at one point here. Luke trying to find John, incomplete. Broncos have to play a zone here, down a man. And Luke had John open, but John couldn't pull it in.
So, at least if something happens.
They led by 32 and I think 35 back in 2018. So this is, in fact, the record advantage all time. The biggest lead for anybody. The Patriots on 4th and 28. And Luke has plenty of time. They're not going to bring the rush. They declared a punt formation, and he's going to boot it away. And down inside the 10. How about that punt? As it's a 67-yard punt to the Denver 8-yard line. John on the coverage there. As it's kind of like Ryan Allen to Matthew Slater back in the day for the Patriots. Jake Boyd will come back in here and will receive an ovation. As he says, I'm not finishing this game on the sideline. He'll come back out. Closing minute now. The Broncos are going to be your champions for the second straight year, having won last year by 20 points. 73-53 was your score a year ago. Jake with a reception there right away off the injury. 2nd and 17. Mitch with Zach on the rush again, and he's going to go up for Jake again, who pulls it down on the sideline. Now we'll try to cut it back going east-west here, and Jake down in a heat, but he didn't skip a beat coming off the bench there. So now under a minute, the Broncos, congratulations to them. What an efficient day they had. Just the one time they were stopped on Mitchell's rush attempt there. He was a couple yards short. He's going to kneel it. They'll take victory formation here. A classy move to not try for any more points or run up the score any more than it already is. But the Broncos, what a day they've had. What a couple of years they've had. You see how they closed out last season, and this year going to do the same. And a dominant wire-to-wire victory for the Broncos in 2024. Mitchell Havu finishes the day with 8 touchdown passes, and that is going to do it. The Broncos, your 2024 Thanksgiving Day football game champions. The Broncos also are back-to-back champions for the first time since the first 2 games up in Presque Isle back in 2014 and 2015, and they sure deserved it. The dominant victories they pulled out the last 2 years. We'd like to thank everybody involved that put on this game, from the chain gang, Chloe Boyd, Bryce Goupille, John Havu IV, Sadie Boyd running the camera, Allison Sweetser, official scorekeeper. Really takes everybody to put this game on. Emily Boyd taking pictures as well, as Andrew Brillinger wins your Officials Award, the only guy to ever win it 2 times. He won it back in 2022. But thank you to everybody involved, and that's going to be a wrap for 2024.